Brought to you by Malaysia Healthcare Travel Council in Bangladesh in association with GD Assists. Hello everyone. We all know treatments can be expensive. Being a developing country, we always are looking for places. Whenever we are going somewhere, we are always looking for places where we can get affordable treatments and effective treatments. Both can be tricky when we don't know where to get it. So Radio Shadhin 92.4 FM has arranged you a brand new exclusive show, Be Healthy, brought to you by Malaysia Healthcare Travel Council in Bangladesh in association with the GD Assist. I'm Ahna Tasnim Khan with you as your host, and today we have a very, very, very special guest with us. We have Dr. Muhammad Ali Abu Bakr. He's the CEO of Malaysia Healthcare Travel Council. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Oh, thank you very much, Johanna. Fine. Happy to be in Dhaka again. So it's an amazing environment, and thank you very much for hosting me in this show.
We are very glad to have you on this show. We know treatments is one of our basic needs. Everywhere, treatment is very, very essential. And MHTC has been working effectively on that. I want to know about your organization, MHTC. What inspired you of the creation of MHTC, and what vision drives your organization?
Correct. Thank you very much. Firstly, I'd like to thank also GDSCs for helping us to be part of this amazing show. So MHTC stands for Malaysian Healthcare Travel Council, right?
Yes.
It's a council, actually it's a company, which is a private company, but owned by the government. The reason what inspired the company, right? The government feel if you have an agency which coordinates the work of all the private hospitals and also the private wing of government hospitals, we will be able synergistically bring more healthcare tourists come to Malaysia.
Yes.
And that hypothesis happened. So over the last 11 years, we've been able to grow the business of health tourism in Malaysia for almost from 1.3 million or for 800 million. Now we are hitting almost 2.3 billion ringgit now. So it has been amazing growth. And we are one of the very few countries in the world who's able to get the private sector to work together with the government sector for the benefit of the patients.
That's wonderful. And I want to know what aspired you to create this place.
Okay, the reason why the government feel is important because you see, healthcare is something everybody needs. You're very right. Everybody needs treatment.
Yes.
Right? And if everybody needs treatment, how do you actually make the treatment to be safe? So the government feel that whether the government like it or not, in one point in time, you need to have healthcare which is accessible. Accessible means everybody can have the healthcare.
Yes.
Number two, you use the right word, which is affordable.
Yes.
It has to be somebody it has to be something in the range that people can afford it. Number three, the healthcare must be safe. So the government feel whether to allow the thing to happen naturally or they themselves become somebody who drive it. So in the Malaysian government, it's very different from other government, if you realize, because the central authority of the government is very powerful. So the government feels setting up a company under the government to drive the development of the private sector is the right way. So the government decided to do this in 2011.
Okay.
So we are now at 14 years now. So it's been very successful. So the inspiration came from the government in 2011. And we've been a model. Actually, the government keep on talking about it. We've been a success model for the government. How we bring back healthcare in the forefront for Malaysia and to bring health tourists come to Malaysia.
From my personal experience and living in this country, we are always worrying. Whenever we are getting sick, we are worrying there will be so many tests and where to go. And if we are traveling to Malaysia, where can we get it? That always worries us. The treatment should be a relief, right? That should not be something to worry about. I want to know if you can share some insights of the growth of Malaysia's healthcare travel industry.
Okay. There are two aspects to your question. Firstly,
yes, two parts.
Firstly, you're talking about a lot of people are worried about health,
Yes,
about
yes.
where they're going to get treatment, right?
Mm.
And you want to know whether the treatment is something relevant for you or not. You want to
Yes.
know whether it works for you. Number two, you're asking about the growth, right? Maybe let me talk about the growth. Before COVID, we were hitting in Malaysia around 1 billion, 1.2 billion. In 2023, we hit 2.31 billion ringgit. So
Okay.
2.31 billion ringgit is equivalent to around 700 million US dollars, which is very high for Malaysia. Right?
Yes.
So that actually have the growth in terms of percentage compound annual growth rate is almost 14.5% year to year,
Yes.
which is an amazing growth.
That is. Yes.
In terms of safety, right? One of the things that Malaysia is. Can I ask you one question?
Yes, please.
When you talk about treatment, what's the first thing you're looking for?
I want it to be safe. I want it
Correct.
to be curing me without damaging me.
That's a very good thing to say. You see, in Malaysia, have you seen a Malaysian doctor before?
No.
Congratulations, I'm a Malaysian doctor.
Okay, I'm very lucky.
Okay, so when you see a doctor in Malaysia, the doctor usually spends some time talking to you. The way we are trained, we actually try to understand what's going on. We don't immediately tell you, hey, Ohuna, you have this disease. Ohuna, you have that disease. You need to do this. We don't ever do that. We spend time engaging in a conversation. Right? This is how we train. We were trained. So the idea is, and to be a doctor in Malaysia, specialist in Malaysia, it takes 18 years, right? And each time you pass through a certain part of your program, you need to work in the government to make sure you're right. So like for example, I'm a doctor in Malaysia. I need to actually, even though I'm a CO, I'm still a doctor, practicing license. Every year, I need to go for a training for 20 hours. Don't I get my license? If you're a specialist, you are registered. So the patient will feel safe because the doctors are very tightly controlled. Number two, you want to make sure that when you see a doctor, if you go to a hospital in one area in Malaysia, in North, if you go to a hospital, you can see a doctor going to another area, Southern, you want to make sure the outcome is similar. Both times you went and see the doctor, you come out safe. You come out cured. There's no problem. You come to the South, you come better. Got not better. So in Malaysia, the government have a series of regulation and rules to make sure that the outcome of the hospitals are taken care. There's not so much variation. In medical term, variation means, let's say you have a shoulder injury. You go to hospital A, you recover. You go to hospital B, South, you don't recover, it became worse. You cannot have those kind of variation. The government control it. Number three, you want to go to an area, to a doctor where they use the treatment which is having the right leading edge drug, leading edge treatment, leading of investigation. So you know that at that point in time when the doctor do some investigation or do whatever, it's the leading one. He have the right knowledge with the right tools to make the right diagnosis. And number four, you want to make sure the environment between you and the doctor is comfortable. You feel at peace.
Yes.
You feel coming out for the interaction, you feel as though you have seen somebody who really takes care of you. He cares about you. That's something we call Malaysian hospitality.
Okay.
Malaysian,
that's
we
great.
laugh a lot, we smile a lot, we have multiple races, we work together. So we are the kind of person, we make people feel happy. That's why sometimes if you realize in Malaysia, they call Malaysia to be truly Asia. We are different races, but we work together. That's what binds all the quality of a good healthcare in Malaysia.
And you mentioned it as a very good source. I want to tell you, whenever I'm going to some doctor, some are not even listening to me and writing me medication. That always worries me.
Correct.
Is he listening to me? Did he get my problem right? I'm always worrying. So Malaysian hospitality is something that we love. We are learning about it, and it's great. Thank you.
Correct.
I want to know another thing about you. How important is the Bangladeshi market for Malaysia healthcare sector?
Bangladesh, Ohuna, do you know the second country I'm coming to? I've got to go to many countries as a
Okay.
CEO. Bangladesh is the second country I'm going to. Why? Because very important for me. Because Bangladesh a very huge population, 126 million.
Yes.
And the population in Bangladesh is very young. The number of people in the age between 20 to 60 are quite significant compared to other regions in Asia. In Korea, in Japan, you have more elderly people. right? You have more productive number of people. So these people have to be healthy. These
Yes.
people have to be productive so they can do work and they can actually contribute, right? So we see in Bangladesh to be a huge potential for us. And we feel that we can work together with Bangladeshi to make sure that we offer them an alternative. Of course, people in Bangladesh, you have your own healthcare system. You
Yes.
have your own doctors. You must go and see them. We're just offering an alternative. So for us, last year, in 2023, 4,320 people from Bangladesh came over to Malaysia for
That's
treatment.
great.
That's a lot,
Yes.
right? And they came for multiple kind of disorders. Some of them came for cancer, some of
Yes.
them came for heart, some of them came for just simple screening. This year, we're hoping to double that. So because of that, Bangladesh is very important for me.
That is great to know, and we love to know that we are in safe hands because of your hospitality and the safety you worry about more than the patient. That is
Correct.
great. What strategic collaborations has MHTC established in Bangladesh to promote healthcare travel?
Correct. One of the longest partners we have has been GDSCs. right?
Okay.
We work a lot with them and across multiple platforms. And in the future, we're going to have many more, because you see, things are changing, right? I don't ask your age. Hopefully, you don't ask my age as well. So you see, the thing is, last time we used to read newspapers.
Yes.
We need to look at a classified. Now we don't. We check
Okay.
on LinkedIn. We check on Facebook. We check on TikTok. So maybe the channel now is changing. Like for example, when I want to talk to my son,
Yes.
right? I go to Google, I check scholarly article. My son tell me, Facebook, he told me like this, TikTok, they told me like this. You're competing within two different types of content, two different types of validity. So I feel the collaboration in Bangladesh have to move along what the young people like, where they go for the news. So the message that we're going to send about Malaysian healthcare has to reach there in that platform. So perhaps the collaboration will change. We'll have new partners coming in. And
Okay.
this is something we are thinking and we are going to execute it soon. In the next couple of days, you'll hear some news, exciting news
Okay,
coming
we
on
would
this.
love to share that with you as well.
Okay.
How does MHTC ensure a seamless experience for Bangladeshi healthcare travelers?
Okay. You see, one of the biggest challenges people have, you brought up a valid point about you want to know the treatment, what they're going to do to you.
Yes.
You get worried, right? So when you have all this in mind, so when you come to the airport, when you come to the immigration, you bought your visa, you're always worried.
Yes.
This is the last thing you want to be worried about. We'll take care of you. So for example, in Malaysia, in Bangladesh, you want to come to Malaysia, you have a visa. When I want to come to Bangladesh, I have to take a visa. So if you take a visa, you can ask us to help you. MHTC will help you to come up with a medical visa. So when you come to Malaysia, you have your own visa, you have a medical visa, immediately the government will give you a very long-term stay, 3 months or 5 months, or
Yes.
even 1 month, right? So the moment you land, we'll have our people pick you up from the landing. So the moment you come out from the gate, our people will be there, right? We can
Okay.
take you to the immigration. You don't have to go to the normal line. We have a fast lane. Zoop, you pass through the lane, you come. You don't even take your bag. We got a porter who can help you take the bag, and we can arrange for you to go straight to the hospital or the hotel using a limousine, using the different price. You can go for the limousine if you want. You can take a normal car, and we have a fast train.
You have different packages for that.
No, it depends on the consumer.
Okay.
You see, we cannot force the consumer to take anything.
Yes.
So we tell the consumer, how do you want it? You want this, we can do this for you. You want this, we can do this for you. But what we are very concerned about, don't think about all this. Think about your health.
Yes.
Because if you think, oh, when I land, who's going to take care of me? The immigration line is so long. Who's going to take care of my bags? Then I go to, how I'm going to travel to the hospital? Don't worry about all this. We can help you. You only worry about you getting better. So MHTC have worked with the entire people to give you the seamless experience, entire ecosystem.
And I want to know another thing. How do people get to you? How do they contact you?
Here we have GDSCs.
Yes.
You can call them up. They'll let us
Okay.
know. Then they contact my call center. My call center will arrange with the hospital. You see, most important thing, I don't make the decision for you.
Yes.
So the people, the consumer here will be connected to the hospital. For example, after
Yes.
this, you have IGN. You can
Yes.
contact IGN directly. They will liaise with you.
Yes.
They will liaise with you. Then they will decide. You decide what to do next. We'll help you along the way. But the consumer makes the decision where they want to go and how they want to do. We make it easy for them.
That is great to know. We have some audience in our comment section. If
Okay.
you don't mind, I
Can.
will take some comment.
Can.
Yes, we have Yasin Ali. He said it's a nice show. Shagar Sarkar, what is the procedure to get direct help from MHTC? I think you just told.
All right. You can use JDSs.
Yes, you communicate with the GD Assist. And Sheikh Sadia Islam, she's saying treatments are getting way too expensive day by day, which is why people don't even take treatments nowadays on time until it's too late. They tend to ignore the symptoms even of illness.
Correct.
And there, Nafisa Parvez wants to know what's your specialty and what the diseases should we come to you for?
My own specialty.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a general practitioner, so I'm
Okay.
a primary care physician. So I see everything. So
Okay.
so in Malaysia, before you go and see a specialist, you see people like me. So we look at it overall. Then if you have anything which is substantive, then only we refer to a specialist. So I play those kind of roles.
Oh, that's wonderful. Hussein Shahriar told us, thanks Radio Shadhin for bringing the Malaysian doctor to Bangladesh. It's lovely to have you. Everyone is excited about you. Sanmoon is commenting, very much happy to know about the doctor who says about the facilities they will provide if someone go to Malaysia for treatment.
Okay.
The facilities you're giving, that's very comforting to people. When a sick person is going somewhere, he's are lost completely sometimes.
Correct.
And a sick person does not like some hassle. So you're
Correct.
taking care of everything. That's
Correct.
very comforting to know. I want to, we are almost at the end of our
Correct.
conversation. We want to know, do you have any final messages for our listeners and the audience who are watching this?
So I think my final message is I'm just like to tell everybody health is extremely important. And at the end of that life, end of the day, we can have a lot of money, right? But end of the day, what is very happy is a very good relationship with people, very good relationship with loved ones, and most importantly, healthcare. And for healthcare, MHTC Malaysia is here to help. And last one, I know Bangladesh is in the Cricket World Cup, so my prayers for Bangladesh to win.
Oh, that's something we definitely need. We are always too much excited about Bangladesh
So
playing.
these are the things make you happy, you know?
Yes, yes.
This is the happiness you want to see, right?
Yes.
Rather than all the other things.
And that if Bangladesh wins, that makes us happy, and that keeps our heart happy, right? So
Your heart immediately become relief of stress.
yes, and sometimes when Bangladesh is not playing well, we are worried, and that might cause a stroke sometimes.
Then
We are
call-
that
call-
excited.
So in that context, call MHTC, will help you.
Definitely. Thank you. That's very good to know. Yes, thank
Okay,
you, Dr.
thank you very
Ali,
much,
for
Ovuna,
being with
for
us.
the wonderful show. Okay.
Thank you. Dear listeners and audience who are watching us and listening to Radio Shadhin 92.4 FM, we are definitely delighted to get you a very good source as MHTC and with the partnership of GD Assist in the show Be Healthy. I hope you take care of your health, and if your health is not going well, please contact MHTC through GD Assist. For today, not for today, for this time, I'm saying adios, and I will be back with definitely another program, another segment of this show in a few minutes.
Be healthy. Be healthy.
Brought to you by Malaysia Healthcare Travel Council in Bangladesh in association with GD Assists.